The mustache is gone. Brawl news. So, as we all should know, we are right on the cusp of some pretty dang significant things right around the corner. And, you know, your boy Ray's gotta do his job every now and again. So, make sure to subscribe, make sure to stay tuned to the channel. As we've predicted in the past, Brawl Talk should be coming out in 2 days at the point that I'm recording this video. And if my memory serves me right, we always get a absolute crap ton of really interesting stuff to talk about the day before. So, I always try to do my absolute best on that day to approach everything as methodically as I can and break down what we know and what we can predict moving into the Brawl Talk and the update info. So if that interests you, be sure to stay tuned for tomorrow if indeed the Brawl Talk is the 27th. So, before making this video here today, I had wanted to try my hand at the crazy difficult 18-win challenge. However, I felt like we were getting a little bit too close to pressing details and interesting things coming up just recently that I wanted to highlight before we get into this crazy update stuff. So you guys will have to forgive me on that note. I was kind of pinched into an awkward situation with all of this recent traveling and stuff like that, where now I feel like it's time to take over the reins and start talking about update stuff. But with all of that being said, we're starting things off over here on the Brawl Stars Twitter page with a post that came out 1 day ago advertising the most difficult challenge known in Brawl Stars history. Now, in all honesty, when this tweet first came out, I really didn't think that crazy deep into it. However, this photo is getting a whole lot of people talking. But the tweet reads, "The hardest challenge ever is on. Play with friends, clubmates, or people on your friends list. If no friends are available, trust us. You're going to want to look for a friend too. Good luck." But taking a look at the photo itself, there's a lot of very interesting points to take note of here. Of course, we have the undead family with Frank, Ems, as well as Mortis there on the far left. Some significant things I guess I initially thought is, why is this family being highlighted? Maybe they're trying to advertise the fact that you should be playing with your friends, i.e. advertising all 3 of the family members working as a team to compete in this challenge. But I also kind of found it a little bit ironic, not super serious though, that maybe, just maybe, seeing that Ems as well as Frank now have their DJ skins, maybe Mortis is next in line, who knows? But that's just the first thing your boy thought about. To get into the specifics of what people are discussing is, of course, the biggest one, I would say, the most blatant, is in the lower right hand corner of the screen, where we have a mouse robot being attacked by a bear trap here. So the ongoing trend that we've been seeing popping up a ton as of recently in photos on social posts from Brawl Stars is emphasis on robots. Guys, I think we're kind of going over the top with all of the different Easter eggs and all the different examples of things surrounding this update speculation, and that is robots being remodeled. We've now had probably close to around 6 or 7 different specific Easter eggs in regards to robots being remodeled, and even just recently kind of ramping up in craziness. We have all of the different challenges that happened a week ago advertising somewhat of a robot Easter egg with a robot peering in at the action for every single small little animation. We have the other robot there hiding behind the barrel. We have in this one the robot hiding behind the tree. And even some time ago, we have the sniper robot gun at the bottom of the ocean, maybe hinting at a robot remodel. And then of course, probably the oldest example of robots being remodeled as an Easter egg came from the Penny remodel map with this flag with the robot icon on the flag, maybe indicating that they were next. And now we finally have a mouse robot actually making its way into this photo here just a day ago. And guys, just if you kind of look at the significant points inside of this photo, of course we have the undead family, we have this tall weird structure for every single spray being given in this challenge, which also has some significance behind it if you ask me. But other than that, those are the key things in this photo. We have the team presumably taking on this challenge, being the undead family, nothing really crazy happening in the background, and then randomly this robot in the background. So of course it's important to take note of all the significant things inside of the photo, and having the robot there I think is very, very intentional if you ask me. However, another thing that's been getting a ton of people talking inside of the community is this bear trap affecting the mouse robot here. Now we really only have one mechanic in the game that resembles this bear trap. Of course we're talking about Belle's first gadget, where she lays down from this bear trap on the ground, where, as you all know, if someone goes over it, they'll be slowed for some duration. Now, of course, some people are talking about this inside the community. In my opinion, it's very hard for me to wrap my head around whether or not this is actually specifically related to Belle, or if it's something a little bit more important than just a Belle gadget here. Of course, it would kind of be funny, the context of this photo, that, you know, the mouse robot got caught in the bear trap that Belle put down. But as you guys can see, Belle isn't actually specifically in this photo here. Now, in all honesty, if it wasn't for this photo that we're taking a look at right now, I probably wouldn't even be discussing this or talking about what other people have been talking about with this bear trap. But I find it very peculiar that we're seeing a bear trap popping up more than once. And I want to point out that once again, Belle isn't in the context of this photo here, so it's kind of strange. It definitely looks a lot like Belle's gadget, but I found it important to at least bring up to all of your guys' attention, for it might be something a little bit more important than just a Belle gadget chilling out in multiple photos here. I find whenever it comes to Easter eggs and things along those lines that the Brawl Stars dev team is trying to give us, if there is something that pops up on multiple occasions, it means it's somewhat important. A perfect example of what we've been seeing here recently with the robots popping up multiple times. And then we take a look at an example of the loading screen where finally Belle has an appearance here with this season 13 artwork, and the trap is nowhere to be seen. It would make sense for the trap to actually make an appearance in this one, seeing that Belle is actually in it. So again, I don't know if this is going to amount to anything crazy or anything like that. I just found it really interesting. I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention, seeing that some people have been discussing it inside the community as well. But the other thing a lot of people have been discussing with this photo is, of course, probably the most important thing in the photo, and that is the advertisement for this crazy 18-win challenge. With a very strange representation of it, we have something that is quite regularly seen at a carnival game type place. If you guys have never seen this contraption before, what Frank is doing is he is swinging his hammer about to hit this little pad here, which would then send this red piece flying. Depending on how hard he hits it, that's how high it would go, and that's basically the game. Whoever can get it the highest is like the strongest. So a lot of people are kind of running with this and relating it to this bizarre carnival game connection here. And even on top of that, we have Mortis here on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen about to pop a balloon here. Now, of course, I don't know if Mortis has ever had a balloon in his life before or what the significance is, but a lot of people are also utilizing this as somewhat of an Easter egg to this whole carnival game vibe speculation. It's definitely not rare to see a balloon at a carnival, some might say. Which then takes us, ironically, to the secret advertisement that we've been discussing for quite some time in recent episodes of Brawl News. I think the whole entire context of this advertisement kind of fits into the relative vibe that we're seeing from that photo, the carnival theme. I know this is a lot of speculation and a lot of headcanon here. We're kind of getting deep into this, which in my opinion is pretty dang fun. What we were seeing in the photo is games here, right? Carnival games. Their representation of the 18-win challenge being that very popular carnival game. And in this context, Pam wants to play the 8-bit game desperately with her coin. So we're talking about this desperateness to play games and spending money on playing games. Now, you could argue that 8-bit is not necessarily a carnival game, but I feel like the context kind of fits in a fun way. And then we take back to the whole auto situation. If we have a brawler that has something to do with like the lottery or something along those lines being implemented into Brawl Stars, I think it would actually make a lot of sense if this is the context of what the next season might be, some sort of carnival or game theme update. And I mean, I can't be the only one that's thinking it's a little bit bizarre to demonstrate the 18-win challenge in this light, right? A popular carnival game where you smash that button and it goes all the way up. It's a fun way to represent it, right? You gotta go as far as you can in the challenge, and the very tippity top is that spray, the challenge spray. So I found it bizarre, to say the least. Where I'm sitting right now in regards to the next update is there are so many different ways that this can go. In our most recent episode of Brawl News, I demonstrated a lot of different update speculations that made a lot of sense for update themes, that it's just kind of getting a little bit hard to pin down. And at this point, your boy Ray is just very much so looking forward to seeing if the actual Brawl Talk is the 27th. More info tomorrow, which we would be breaking down thoroughly if that is the case. But yeah, everyone, I wanted to catch you all up to speed with the stuff that people have been discussing here just recently inside the Brawl Stars community. I feel like when it comes to Brawl news and things leading up into updates, I just couldn't let this slide. I couldn't let it sit. I had to bring it up with all of you guys as we're approaching and getting very, very close to update sneak peeks. So make sure to let me know what you guys are thinking about the stuff that we discussed here in this video. It's seeming to be pretty dang interesting, and I like a lot how the Brawl Stars dev team is making it pretty dang tricky to predict specifically what's around the corner. It makes it fun for me, at least, to be surprised once we actually do get some additional info. So yeah, heck yeah, be sure to let me know what you guys are thinking. If you enjoyed this video here today, make sure to slap a like. Once again, be sure to stay tuned to the channel. We'll be methodically breaking down any new info if we get it tomorrow. But yeah, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Adios and take care.